I'm going to tell you a story about two pitchforks, one old and one new. So they both seem to have the same construction. They have this metal sleeve. See, they both have this metal sleeve, and then they have this little cap thing right there, a little cap, and then the fork. And then I know with this one, it's going, there's a prong that goes in, and then there's a pin here that keeps it from falling out. This one I'm not 100% sure, but the moral of the story is this one's very old and it's completely tight. You can't wiggle it. This one is completely loose. You can wiggle it this way. I don't know if you can see how much it's wiggling. Let me pull back a little. Yeah. You wiggle this way, and you can wiggle it this way. This way. How much that wiggles? That's ridiculous. And this way. There, now you're seeing it. Now here's the thing of it. This, and another thing, this one's quite a bit heavier. Now, generally we're going to say heavier is better, it's stronger. But look at the way it's wiggling. That one's light. You can kind of see the prongs are thinner, but it's completely tight. And not only that, and as I said, it's old. And this has even come off. I was thinking at one time, I guess not though. But that's even come off. I could put a radiator clamp or something on it. But it's completely tight anyway. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and take this one apart, and I think, as I say, it's got a prong in there. I pretty much know it, and it's all wallered out. So what I'm going to do is put some kind of epoxy in there and jam it back in. So here's what I have. This is primarily what I was thinking of. You push this plunger down, it mixes the epoxy together. Sort of automatically, so to speak. You still need to stir it. This is the same thing, except you have to stir it. And I could probably even use liquid nails, and but it would take a little time to dry. But once it dried, it dries hard. I could probably use liquid nails. I could probably even use this, but it would take even longer to dry, I think. And this is designed to stay a little bit flexible, so it's probably not a good idea. I could probably use this, but it's really old. I bought it, I don't remember why, and it says it's fast setting. I don't know if it's still good, and I probably paid about $15 for it too, which is a shame, but I don't know if it's... I'm cutting it off with this little battery power. Knock it out with this punch. And there it is. Well, clearly at a minimum it's too short. Well, it says Vietnam on it. But of course this cap is really useless. But anyway, I just have to decide which one of these things I'm going to use, because this is what I expected, and there's not too much. It looks like this is still good. I'm tempted to use it. It looks like it's got some sort of a plug. So the worst thing about it is, if I use it now, I don't know if I can use it again, but if I don't use it now, I'll never use it probably. But one thing I think I'll do, instead of using this, which would actually be very convenient to stick in there, but what I think I'll do is just squirt it out and mix it instead of using this. And then when I get done, I need to plug this somehow. Maybe plug something in there like Vaseline or something, fill it up with something, because I think the way this is, there's going to be one side, there's two sides, I think, is how it is. So they both squirt out. Not sure how they do that, but I think that's got to be what it is. Both sides will squirt out. Then I'll mix it, and I'll shove it in there. Need a little stick or something to shove it in. And I need a mixing board. And then after I'm done, I'll try and plug it somehow. Here's my mixing board. Uh-oh. Shoot. I'm supposed to pull this out. I don't know if that'll make a difference. Maybe it will. I'm having a hard time pulling this plug out. It's stuck. And you're not supposed to get this stuff on your skin. I got it out. So the black is the hardener. It's an epoxy. I don't know how I'm going to plug that again. Oh, I like this. But really it's just epoxy. You're paying the money for this mixing and for this particular tube and this mixing stuff. So I got it pretty well shoved in there. Let's see. Which way does it go? This way, I think. Let's see if I can do this while holding the camera. That's about it. Now the trick is to not wiggle it. I gotta not wiggle it. Starting to set up. See, it's starting to get a little. But I guess maybe I'll just leave it. Well, maybe I should shove that in there. I lost that pin. I should have had a fixture, so I shove this handle so it could be vertical. So it's going to be a little tilted now. But now I'm going to clean out that tube, try and clean out that tube so I can use it again. The plug is still in there. Where is it? That plug is still in there. But now that I look at the directions, it doesn't say to pull it out, it says to cut it off. That plug must be associated with the separation of the hardener and the epoxy. Maybe it's like a bag in there. So I just don't know at this point. So it's set up. It's set up, and it's about time for me to go anyway. I had an idea for the purpose of this ring, which is to hold the end of the wood from flaring out, splitting out, but it's already got a sleeve on it, so I don't know. But I could, probably what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put a radiator clamp down there since I didn't put this back on, and which is another thing, is I could have put it back on. I'm not sure why I didn't. I just didn't feel like it had any purpose, I guess. But that's that for now. That's done. I need to maybe trim it a little bit. Oh, it's hard too. I did end up putting a bunch of Vaseline in that, although it doesn't have anything to do with air. It's a matter of hardener.